Welcome to the April 25th, 2023 Zoning Board of Appeals meeting of the Town of Raymond. The Zoning Boards of Appeal will come to order. The board does have a quorum. I will now do a roll call. David Murch.
Greg Dean.
Tom Hennessy.
Fred Miller.
Reed Lockwood.
This is a public proceeding, and unless the board specifically votes to go into executive session, you have the right to hear everything that is being said and to look at all the exhibits that are presented. Please notify the chair if you are unable to see or to hear. The board works from a published agenda, and it will be considering tonight's item in the following order. Number 1, call to order. Number 2, approval of minutes from April 3rd, 2023. Number 3, old business, ratifying the findings of facts and decision for administrative appeal of 402 Webb Mills Road, applicant Sally Cheever, location 402 Webb Mills Road, owner Starat, description administrative appeal of commercial use. Number 4 on the agenda is code enforcement officer communications, and number 5 is adjournment. In each instance, the burden is upon the applicant to demonstrate compliance with the provisions of the applicable ordinances or state law. After the board votes on the merits of each application, it will prepare a written notice of decision. Because the notice of decision may substantially affect any appeals rights, and also as a matter of courtesy, the board asks those attending the meeting with regards to a specific application not leave until the board has completed its discussion. Generally speaking, appeals from adverse decisions must be filed with the Superior Court as otherwise provided by law within 45 days of this board's decision. Also, to be certain that you preserve your individual rights to file any such appeal, you must be certain that the board's record evidences your appearances this evening in opposition and the basis of your opposition. All persons speaking, including representatives of the applicant and members of the public, are asked to state their name, their address, and or affiliation with the application, either being for, opposed, or neutral. All persons speaking shall address all remarks or questions to the chair. The meeting is not over until the board is formally adjourned. Any discussion not included on the meeting agenda or accepted by the board is to be held until after adjournment or conducted outside of the meeting room. So let's moving on. Approval of our minutes for April 3rd, 2023. Does any of the board have any comments, questions regarding those minutes? If not, do I have a motion? All right. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? All those in favor of approving the minutes? David Murch, yes.
Greg Dean, yes.
Tom Hennessy, yes.
Fred Miller, yes. Reed Lockwood, yes.
Okay. Moving on, old business, ratifying the findings of facts and decision, administrative appeal, re 402 Webbs Mills Road, applicant Sally Cheever. So the board tonight will continue on with its deliberations. Attorney Wagner, you've been very helpful to us in helping us maintain a correct process throughout all this. So again, I would ask if you could assist us with that tonight as to how we should move forward properly.
Sure. Thank you, David. As the chairs summarized the board's resuming deliberations at the last meeting, it opened the meeting up to a public hearing to hear from the applicant as well as the town and members of the public, and it then closed that public hearing, proceeded through deliberations, and reached a tentative decision granting the appeal in part and denying the appeal in part. I have prepared a written decision that I understand has been circulated that I believe reflects the board's decision and reasoning and its findings and conclusions. But at this point, I would turn it over to the board to see if any of the board members have any additional changes to the decision or any questions about that. And then following that discussion would be a motion to grant the appeal in part and deny the appeal in part as reflected in the written decision as presented to the board tonight.
Okay. I just ask each member to verbally state whether or not they have some follow-up questions or if they're good to go with what was been presented to them.
I'm good.
Okay,
And I
I'm
have no
good, Dave.
questions or comments.
I'm all set, Dave. I have no questions.
Pete, did you say you were all set?
Yes, I'm all set, David.
Yeah, and I'm all set as well. No questions. Good to go with what's been presented to us.
So then, does any member have a motion to grant the appeal, the Cheever appeal in part, and deny the appeal in part as reflected in the written decision presented to the board tonight?
Yeah, so moved.
Seconded.
Okay. So, do we have any further discussion on this? Are we all ready to vote? So we're all ready to vote. So I'm assuming then the all those in favor to grant in part and deny in part as evidenced or as written out in our notice of decision and finding of facts as written up by Stephen Wagner. David Murch saying yes to approve in part and deny in part.
Greg Dean, yes.
Tom Hennessy, yes.
Fred Miller, yes. Pete Lockwood, yes.
Okay.
Very good. Sandy, would you be able to make the written decision available for the board members to sign, ideally in the next couple days or so, and then just the last person to sign puts the date on the written decision?
Yes, I'd already sent them all an email requesting that they show up to sign.
Excellent. Well, unless there's any further questions of the board of me, it's been a pleasure as always to assist.
Yeah, and thank you, Attorney Wagner. We always greatly appreciate your input, and thank you for helping us with this. Much appreciated.
Yes,
Absolutely.
thank you, Stephen. We appreciate it muchly.
All right, so very good. Moving on. Alex, Code Enforcement Officer, Communications.
Yeah, I don't really have anything. I would also thank Stephen again for all of his hard work and helping you guys out. I think you guys did a great job. And yeah, I don't really have anything else.
Okay. And Sandy, you said the slate is clean for next month, so really no need for a May meeting.
Correct. I will put out an email and take it off the calendar as canceled.
All right, very good. So I'll make a motion to adjourn. A second.
Second,
All those in favor, David Murch, yes.
Greg Dean, yes.
Tom Hennessy, yes.
Fred Miller, yes. Pete Lockwood, yes.
All right, very good. Thank you all.